Hey, thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox, and we are tracking storms that are ongoing right now across Oklahoma and Texas. Let's go ahead and read your headlines today, and then we'll get to that current radar. We'll talk about the hail, tornado, wind, and flood risk this afternoon. As I just mentioned, all hazards are likely for today. We've got a round of afternoon and evening storms. I'm watching for 2 different rounds for storms here. In addition to those several threats that I just mentioned, hail, wind, and tornado, we are also watching for the potential for flash flooding. And I guess I wouldn't say potential, I would say ongoing, because we do have some ongoing flash flooding in Texas right now, and we'll get to exactly where that is here in just a few minutes. We've got more rounds for storms as we head into the overnight hours, but then we finally get a break tomorrow before that next chance for storms comes in early next week. We're talking about Monday and Tuesday. That's where we're going to see the next round of storms. I can see that we've already got people on this morning. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday afternoon. Hashtag HailTrace team. Yes, and it took a team to make this forecast for you today, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Let's talk about the hail forecast first, because I think that's why a lot of people are jumping on. What you can see right here is that we've got areas highlighted in yellow and orange for the largest hailstones. Now, it's not going to be the largest thing that you've ever seen, okay? We usually say that yellow area will be up to quarter-size hail, and that orange area up to golf ball-size hail. We've got 2 areas, as I mentioned earlier. We've got one that stretches from Dallas all the way down to San Antonio, and we've got another anywhere from Lubbock, just in between Lubbock and Amarillo, and into western Oklahoma. So that's where we're watching for potential largest hail today. 2 little areas that we're watching for. Well, I say little, this stretch from Dallas to San Antonio, it's a pretty wide area right there. That's what we're watching for today. Let's go ahead and take a look at your current radar right now. What we have is a low pressure system that's setting up anywhere between the Oklahoma and Kansas state line. That is going to bring a cold front all the way down into Texas, which will help initiate storms as we head into the afternoon hours. Now, these storms, as you see right now, are bringing rain at the moment. However, we have another chance for severe weather to form later on this afternoon and evening. Let's do a little around the radar here. What's happening out on the East Coast? It's pretty dry right now. Southeast also pretty dry. I know we had some flooding concerns in Memphis this morning. Some flooding concerns across northern Oklahoma City. Man, that rain came down really hard. Tons of lightning, a lot of thunder as well here in Edmond. We actually had a power flash from this building in Edmond this morning. So we know that a lot of people are getting that really heavy rain across Dallas and Fort Worth, and all the way down just north of San Antonio. San Antonio, you're pretty warm right now. Temperatures down in Houston are at 82. We've got 65 in Dallas, 65 in Oklahoma City. As we look back over the last 24 hours, we saw some really impressive hail across Oklahoma. Now, I'll be honest with you, Texas, not terribly impressive yesterday. We thought we were going to see large hail in this area. It just did not form. We have another chance today, so we'll see if we can, the atmosphere is recouped. We'll see if we can get that in Texas today. But we did break some records for hail in Oklahoma. Man, we saw a really impressive show yesterday evening, just shortly after the sun went down all the way into the late night hours. By about 11 o'clock, this finally wrapped up. But we had one storm that went through Stillwater, Oklahoma, home of the Cowboys, and we saw that storm continue to track to the north into Morrison, Oklahoma. Let's actually get a few pictures that came out of Morrison, Oklahoma. Alrighty, nice, very nice hailstone right here, not too bad. Thank you, Maria, for letting us use your picture. You can see that we've got different hail rings inside this hailstone as well. Tons of hail in Stillwater. This was not an isolated event. No, we had hail that practically covered the ground out in Stillwater. Now, I think that the hail in Stillwater was a little bit smaller than later on in the storm whenever it went up to Morrison. That's whenever that hail really got a lot larger. Stillwater, though, you saw tons of hail. Look at that. You can see those nice hail rings in some of these pictures as well. Love to see that there. Morrison, Oklahoma yesterday got, Morrison, Oklahoma yesterday got 3.75-inch hail. That is massive. That's massive, okay? A baseball is 2.75 inches. Morrison, Oklahoma got a 3.75-inch hailstone. That broke the record for hail in November in Oklahoma. The last record was set in Tulsa back in 2003, and I think that record was 2.75 inches, if I'm correct. Michaela's over here saying that I'm correct on that. So we absolutely shattered that record. You know who also got hail yesterday? Jack says massive. You're absolutely right, Jack. We also saw hail across Arizona yesterday. Actually, Michaela, let's see that video across Arizona. You're going to see this. It's not snow. It didn't snow in Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, hail covered the ground in this area. You can actually see from this car that right here, look at their wheels. They're like barely getting through the sludge on the ground because of the hail. Really impressive. Yesterday was a big hail day, so let's go ahead, let's move on, and let's talk about what we can see today. So what we're watching for today is still this short wave that's set up right in this area, Oklahoma and Kansas. Now this has formed into a surface low pressure system that won't last for long, but just long enough to give us a few storms here. We have a marginal risk highlighted here in green for today that includes, excuse me, that includes Oklahoma City, Dallas, San Antonio, Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas as well. We've got lots of cities included in this risk. Tomorrow, we don't have a risk on the board, so we'll really focus on today. If you weren't here at the very beginning of this forecast, I was talking about how we have 2 areas for hail today. Let's go ahead and outline those 2 areas for you. Right here, we've got one that goes anywhere from Dallas all the way just to the north of San Antonio. And then we've got another one that's just to the west of Oklahoma City, all the way into places like Lubbock and just to the north of Lubbock. So 2 areas for large hail today. I do have golf ball size hail on the board. Let's go ahead and look at the HailTrace hail forecast right here. Up to golf ball size hail in both of those areas that we outlined. One out in the Texas Panhandle, the other in central Oklahoma, all the way down to the southern side of Texas. Now, I'll be honest with you here. It's not going to be a widespread hail outbreak. While hail is the main factor for storms today, I don't think that everyone will see hail. I've kept these risks pretty low across the board. I think it's going to be very similar to yesterday, where we may have a ton of storms across Oklahoma and Texas, and then maybe 10, maybe 5 to 10 of those really produce some large hail. So let's go ahead and take a look at your risks here. Anywhere from San Angelo to Del Rio, we'll have a lot of storms today. You've got ongoing rain right now. More storms this afternoon that could produce up to that golf ball size hail. San Antonio, yes, I have you in a low risk to also see large hail today. You're right on the edge of seeing that largest hail. I think that if you go 20 miles back to the west, you could probably get a better chance for larger hail, but the storm has to be there, right? Dallas, low chance in Dallas, Wichita Falls, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Fort Smith all included in that hail risk today. And we appreciate Tex J. Jones for jumping on today. Y'all have great hail reports. Well, we really appreciate that you're watching here. Moving on to your max forecasted hail size, while I do think that golf ball size hail will absolutely be possible across Texas, we could see isolated, even larger hailstones. Yesterday, we saw a hailstone that was larger than the size of a softball, about the size of a soup can. Very, very impressive. Today, I think that we could do that again. Hen egg to even larger than that, I think is absolutely possible this afternoon and evening. We've got another risk on the board as well. This goes right through the heart of Texas here. Your tornado forecast outlined there in green. It's a low risk, but several tornadoes are possible today. So it's something that we have to keep an eye on. Just to the south of Tulsa and the Turner Turnpike, all the way across southeastern Oklahoma, into Fort Smith, western Arkansas, and then a good chunk of Texas included in this tornado risk as well. Dallas to Austin, San Antonio, and Del Rio are all included in this low risk for tornadoes. And last but not least, that wind risk today. I do think that this will be a maybe not as common risk. 60 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts are definitely possible here. Maybe some stronger wind the farther east that we go and later into the night. So places like San Antonio, just to the east of Dallas, Austin, and Texarkana could see some of those stronger winds. You go back to the west in places like Lubbock, Wichita Falls, Oklahoma City, your winds are probably 60 to 65 miles an hour. We talked about this yesterday. Oftentimes, whenever we have a really high hail risk, your wind risk is low. And then vice versa. Whenever that wind risk goes up, usually those hail sizes go down. It's pretty rare to get both large hail, and high wind. Let's talk timeline here. As I mentioned earlier, storms are ongoing right now. We've got storms across Dallas all the way down into San Angelo at the moment. We have rain in Oklahoma City. So I like how this radar sets up. What we're looking at here is the HRRR. We've got rain ongoing right now, so where's the severe weather? That will come this afternoon. And again, we have two areas that we're watching for. This band of storms from Dallas all the way down to west of San Antonio. And then this band of storms that's out near Lubbock, and I think it's actually this one, yep, right here, from Lubbock all the way into western Oklahoma. So we'll play this through. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning. It's going to be dry for the most part. You're going to see clear skies across western Oklahoma. You've got drier conditions for most of us tomorrow morning. A few of us could see another round of storms here. This one goes through San Antonio and all the way just south of Dallas into Austin as well as we head into the overnight hours. So again, it's another late night for storms down in Texas. I'll play this through one more time and then we'll take some questions. Hey, TikTok, if you have any questions, let us know. You guys, we do TikTok on the side of the screen over here. So we're going to take a look at our questions on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. Jack says, hail in Dallas. I don't know if you're saying, is it going to hail or it's not going to hail in Dallas? Ain't gonna hail. That's a true Texan right there. Let's see what questions we have on TikTok. Some people are asking about Sunday and Monday. Clarence on TikTok is asking about Sunday. Okay, so we're going there next. I like where your head is, Clarence, because we are going to talk about that next round of storms, which arrives at the very beginning of your Thanksgiving week. And Joey says, rain all day. Rain all day. I know. It's been raining here all day. It's been on and off all day long. I've had to time out whenever I go outside to get lunch or run to my car because I don't want to be in the rain. Also is why my hair is up today because it was raining earlier. Let's go ahead and move on here. I do want to go ahead and get to some other risks that we have over the next 24 hours. While we have several rounds of rain today, that's going to cause a flood risk today. It's going to dry off tomorrow as those storms track off to the east and then into other places like across the Midwest and across the East Coast. We've got another chance for storms tomorrow. However, the severe risk here is very low. Things start to change, however, as we head Sunday into Monday, which we'll get to in just a minute, but I don't want to just pass over that flood threat quite yet. We have several flash flood warnings in effect right now. This is after we got tons of rain over the last 12 to 24 hours. You can see up to 3 to 4 inches in some of these areas just to the north of Dallas. Look, if you go just 20 minutes to the south, you've got basically no rain at all. You go 20 minutes to the north up in Plano, and you've got a ton of rain. 3 to 4 inches in that area with those flooding concerns as well. At the moment, it is still raining across the western portion of Oklahoma City, all the way back into El Reno and Hinton, Oklahoma. We've got rain scattered all across the state with even more to come. You can see down farther to the south, we've got more rain coming our way. Let's go ahead and head down to Texas now. Dallas, there's Dallas. Got a line of storms anywhere from I-20 all the way just to the east of San Angelo, down to Del Rio. None of these are severe warned, not warned for severe weather. However, you can see that we've got some of these boxes in here. It's a little difficult to see. However, those are our flood warnings. Let's actually get some info on this. Can I zoom in here? It is a bit difficult to see. Here we go. Let's get some info on this flood warning. Okay, so there's a flash flood warning. It's including thousands of people right now for Brady and Melvin until 2:45 this afternoon. And this is not the only one. We've got another flash flood warning right here. We've got another one farther down to the south. So this is what's happening is it's not just that tornado, wind, and hail threat today, but we've got that rain ahead of time. You're going to get another chance for rain later on tonight, and that's going to increase the flash flood potential again. We have a level 3 risk here for flash flooding. Your hazard here is numerous flash floods are likely.
That's where it is right now.
And so this highlighted here in red.
There's 6 flash flood warnings down there right now.
is warning for what's happening right now. Michaela's helping me out over here with this flash flood warning. We appreciate that, Michaela. So the flood outlook is really warning for the storms that are ongoing right now across Texas. And Michaela said this several times, that area of Texas, it's a dry and rocky area. So any rain that comes down has a lot of trouble seeping into the ground. That type of ground just can't hold a ton of moisture. And so where does it go? It goes off into your roads. It goes off into your neighborhood roads, maybe your underpasses, the intersections, and then it causes a big problem. So you guys know the drill here. Turn around, don't drown. When in doubt, take another route. They're silly, but I hope they get stuck in your head and you stay safe. So that's what we're dealing with right now. As we look ahead to Sunday and Monday, we got that question on TikTok earlier. So let's go ahead and address it. This is what we're watching for right here. You see this low pressure system? It's all the way out on the west coast right now, but that is our next chance for storms in the plains. Let's go ahead and watch this as it approaches on Saturday, finally arriving on Sunday, but look at the timeline here. It's later in the day on Sunday. Late storms on Sunday, another chance for storms on Monday. We have a perfect setup here with what we're watching for here, and I'm actually going to rewind this. Let's go back to Sunday. Here's what's happening. We have warm, moist air that's coming in from the Gulf. All that tropical air, it's raising those dew points, giving us some moisture. Temperatures are there as well. It's a little bit warmer down in the Gulf. Then you've got this cooler air that's moving in from the north. This is going to help to kind of create that divide, right? Well, you've also got a low pressure system that'll help to create that lift. All of a sudden, you have the chance for storms. So we have a really, really good setup for severe weather. Once again, on Sunday and Monday, there is not a storm prediction center risk right now. However, if I were going to just draw a risk at the moment, I would say very similar to where we're seeing storms today. Central to southern Oklahoma, all the way into the central western portion of Texas, down into San Antonio, Dallas, just north of Houston. I would highlight this area, Texarkana included in that as well, for the next chance for storms. Again, that comes at the end of this weekend and early next week. Here's the good news. I think after that, it's not going to be too cold, so we're not going to see that cold air set in until after Thanksgiving, but I do think it's going to be pretty quiet in terms of severe weather. Right around Thanksgiving, for the most part, your weather conditions are looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next 5 days here. Friday looks pretty dry for the most part across the plains. We've got more rain farther up to the Midwest and out on the East Coast. And then as we head into Saturday, maybe some light sprinkles, but for the most part, most of us are dry. As we head into Sunday, we've got some moisture sitting across the desert Southwest. And then this is it right here. That's whenever we get into that next chance for storms late on Sunday and then early on Monday. Again, your timeline for this is Sunday evening to Monday morning, more storms Monday afternoon. And that stretches, now that goes a little bit farther east than what I was showing you guys earlier, all the way out into Kentucky, Tennessee, Louisiana, and Arkansas could also see these storms. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Nothing confirmed right now for where we're expecting to see severe weather. However, things are setting up to that time that we can start pinpointing where we would expect it to be. So we're saying keep an eye on it. Don't get worried yet, but keep an eye on it. Nothing is confirmed yet. And there's your forecast. Thanks for joining us. I think that I have warmer temperatures. Here you go. We'll talk about temperatures before we head off here. Warmer temperatures for the most of us as we head into the end of the work week, except for some cooler air coming into Kansas. Other than that, it's about average for this time of the year, if not slightly above average. That continues as we head into the early portion of next week, but things start to change as we head into the later portion of next week. We've got Texas Aggie on here saying, thanks for mentioning Texarkana. Yes, we're watching for storms in Texarkana later on today. We always appreciate that you comment, and so it sticks in my mind whenever I make my forecasts. I try to include Texarkana on the map if we can, if there's storms there, because you've been commenting. We appreciate that. Tyler Turner asks, what about the hail in Dallas? Let's pull up the hail map here. Dallas, up to golf ball size hail today, but it is a low risk. What we're seeing is not these classic supercells, it's a line of storms, and oftentimes in a line of storms, we struggle to get large hail. So I kept the risk low, but you saw what happened in Oklahoma last night. It's absolutely still possible. Dallas in that low risk here. Wichita Falls also in the low risk for storms later on tonight. And Tyler, we're not talking about storms right now, because I know that you guys have storms ongoing in Dallas right now.
You should mention the rain.
Michaela's saying I should mention this rain. Can you guys hear that on my microphone? TikTok may be able to hear it. It's raining right now in Oklahoma City. We're up in Edmond, so it's raining right now in the Oklahoma City, Edmond area, and it's loud. It's a full-on downpour. I wonder if we'll be able to hear the thunder here pretty soon. Right there. That's where we are. Alrighty, yes, it's raining in Dallas right now. Let's go on to Dallas and let's take a look at those showers here. More of the Fort Worth area, the west side of Dallas. And then of course we've got very, very heavy rain all the way down this area right in central Texas, central western portion of the state. This is your flood risk right here. I know that's a tough area to get all of this rain because there's just no place for it to go. But Tyler, I did want to show you your timeline for severe weather. So what we see right now, this is all the rain that we're getting right now. This is not what we're expecting for severe weather. That severe weather will come this afternoon. Okay, so there you go. This afternoon, you could see better chances for stronger storms. I would watch these leading storms right here that are a little bit more isolated. Keep an eye on those because those could be your more impactful storms. Jack says, I'm not getting my hopes up like at all. Yeah, it's not the best setup, okay? It's impressive, especially for November. If we saw this in May or in April, we would absolutely get large hail. But conditions are not there in November, this time of the year. So we're saying it's a low risk today or an isolated risk today. But it could happen. I agree with you, Jack. Don't get your hopes up. We got another chance for storms out in western Oklahoma. That's your second round. So we have two areas for storms today. One, western Oklahoma to the Texas Panhandle. The other, just along 35 here, anywhere from Dallas all the way back to Del Rio. San Antonio included in that as well. Actually, two rounds of storms here. So we have this initial round that goes into the evening hours. Then we have another line forming as we head into the overnight hours. So we're talking about 1 to 4, 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So it could be a late night for places like Austin and San Antonio and just south of Dallas. Hey, you guys, if you watch our forecast, we always show this map. And every single time it says warmer temperatures than normal. I mean, for weeks it said that. Other than like a few days, whenever we got that big cold snap. Other than that, I mean, it's been warm all of fall. We are finally seeing temperatures that are a little bit cooler than average. I mean, not by much, but we are looking at cooler temperatures as we head into the end of November and early December. So it may finally feel like fall as we head into the end of this month. It also looks like we're going to stay pretty active across the northern portion of the U.S., maybe catching the southeastern portion of the U.S. up with some of those rainfall totals there. Mary says, thanks for keeping us updated, ladies. Well, we appreciate you watching, Mary. Michaela and I worked hard on this forecast today, and we'll continue to be posting on our social media pages. We've got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And holy moly, it is coming down out there right now. It's a full-on downpour. I'm glad I grabbed my lunch earlier because I'd be soaked if I ran to get my lunch right now. Give us a call at 855-334-4245. It's not just Michaela and I forecasting the weather and watching radar. We have a team of meteorologists here at HailTrace, and they watch the radar 24/7. I'm not joking. We map storms around the clock. So call us today for a map subscription. We have hail, wind, and tornado maps. Give us a call at 855-334-4245 or email us at info@hailtrace.com or head over to our website, hailtrace.com. Thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox. And